Hi, happy Sunday to you. Well, I would like to propose that since we are now, many of us, indoors because the weather is cooling and indoors because of life circumstances around us at this time of year and in 2020, I think we could all use a little bit of lifting of our spirits. Yes. And I want to propose that this needs to be something that we are willing to be thinking outside the box and being willing to get creative. So just go with me here. The whole idea of going with creativity is that there are heaps of studies of neuropsychology, functional MRIs, etc., around how incredibly potent and impactful creativity is, artistic endeavors, on our overall well-being, on our mental health, and on our happiness. So, some thoughts today that I wanted to bring to you. So, just doing a little bit of research myself to bring to you. One of the beautiful things about getting yourself immersed in a creative activity is that there's the potential for you to go into what's called flow. And by flow, it's when you are so immersed in an experience that time and space and self simply lose their impact on you, and you can be in that moment and just in the flow of creativity. What this allows you to also do is to move into both hemispheres of your brain and go into what's called diffuse thinking. This is really impactful on your overall wiring because it allows you to go ahead and move into your frontal cortex, and you're increasing the network of neurons from different parts of your brain towards the frontal cortex. This builds resilience. And you often can get a serotonin boost. Yay! So, really good impacts can come from allowing yourself to become immersed in a creative activity that speaks to you. Well, and that's not the same for everybody, but I will again challenge you that you don't know until you try. So, some thoughts. When we want to think about, for example, music, whether you are listening to music or whether you're practicing learning a new instrument or you're singing, this helps you to decrease anxiety, and it brings a sense of calm. And it may also create, if you're with others, an increase in social connectivity. And we can do this virtually. We don't have to necessarily do karaoke all by ourselves, but we can. The visual arts, very important with the visual arts. This can be just a beautiful refuge for your brain and for your body and your nervous system to just calm intense emotions. Even if you are simply looking and contemplating art, you don't actually have to be doing arts and crafts, although that's very important to try. Paint by number, maybe doing work with your hands. Just even looking at art allows you to have this increase in critical thinking, and it also can increase empathy because you're looking at different life experiences and people in different places. So it could be photography, it could be movies, it could be still art. A recommendation: there is so much that's available to us virtually this year that wasn't in the past. Check out Google's arts and culture. There is an abundance of links to museums all over the world of all different types. Natural history museums, art museums, philanthropic museums, you name it, it's there. So go ahead and take a little time to explore. There's also, if you go on savingplaces.org, you could check out natural spaces. Maybe you go and look at Yellowstone, or you go and look at Hawaii. Maybe we don't get to fly there right now, but there's no reason why you can't go up here, hear it, see it. It's really going to be an important part of us feeling hopeful and excited about where we might go to next and experience in person. Yeah, so just put some energy back into the hope bucket a little bit. Movement-based creative expression is a known way to relieve stress out of your body and just work on your motor function. And what about expressive writing? Whether that's poetry or whether that is short, stories, or maybe it's the act of reading poetry or reading literature. In doing that, this helps us to process. It helps us to, especially if we're doing the writing, we're processing life events, and it allows us to really positively impact our mental well-being. If you're reading, it takes you places. Think about that. Remember when you last got sucked into a book that was so good that you just were turning pages and turning pages, you didn't even pay attention to the time, you didn't want the book to end? That's flow. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So what speaks to you? I'm sitting today in my home and I'm sitting in front of these bookshelves that my husband made in his woodworking shop. He has been spending a great deal of time working with different types of wood, different projects, and it's been giving him such a sense of calm and of peace. And he goes into flow. He loses track of time. I'm like, where is he? He comes back in all covered in sawdust. It's really helped a lot with managing feelings of upset, of disconnection. And quite truthfully, I know it's helped him. He said so. It really helps him calm senses of anxiety. So woodworking, beautiful, beautiful opportunity to work with your hands. What's it going to be for you? So we're moving into the holiday season. What a great opportunity for you to play, to get creative. Maybe you do it on your own. Maybe you do it with friends or you do it with your kids. Maybe you share the art or maybe you do it just for you. I encourage you to find ways to bring that positivity in, to move into those different parts of your brain, tap into what is known to change the wiring in your brain. The neuroplasticity in your brain benefits from a creative expression, music, visual, movement, writing. All of it is fantastic. So with that, I leave you to it. Go seek your flow. I wish you an amazing week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye now.